Greetings, good morning, grand rising, whatever it is that you say when you first get up in the morning. Um, I was late rising this morning, so I got up and I went and I had my Thrive this morning. Um, and I'm sitting here in front of my Bible because I have Bible study on TikTok. And I'm, just brushing up on my my teachings for today. And someone told me to go ahead and pull out the cards. So I pulled out the cards. The cards that I'm working with are my Luna Soul deck. Okay, this is Luna Soul Tarot. And for some reason, they just started falling out. And the first two that fell out, and it's funny how they fell out though. Okay, the first two fell out. They fell out on the book. Then I had four fall out. They fell out on the floor. Then I had one as I was shuffling fall out, and it fell on top of the two that were on the book. So we're going to talk about the way they fell out and how funny that is when we get there. But of course, first we want to do our opening prayer. I already have an incense going, as you can see the smoke coming through the screen, and we have our candle that's been lit since Friday when I did the egg cleanse video. So we're just going to go ahead and go into prayer. I always like to tell you guys to take 3 deep inhalations. The first is going to be the love that you feel for yourself. The second is going to be the love that you feel for your family. And third is going to be the love that you feel for the world. And then exhale those negativities that you also feel for each of those as you breathe out. So go ahead and take your 3 inhalations. And we're going to start now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe. Thank you, Heavenly Father, God, Goddess, Allah, Buddha, Teo, whatever it is that you call your higher power. Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to rise today. Thank you for the rest that you've given to us that our bodies have been craving and requiring right now. Thank you for us and our intuition to listen to what has been said and what is being said and what you have said, what you have encouraged us to go through and what you have encouraged us to conquer. I'm asking right now that you will allow my mouth be in your vessel and allow my body to hold the healing that you are sending down for each and every one that comes in. I'm also asking that you just be a guide to the messages that are coming in. That I'm not saying anything out of whack for anybody else, but I know what it means for me. And that I can also digest the messages when they aren't as good as I want them to be. I know that these messages are for healing. And this is what I'm here to do is help people heal from their past so that they can walk into their future healed or somewhat worked on. And I know that you give us these powers innately for ourselves. So I'm asking right now that whatever comes out of my mouth, let the next person understand that they can do the same for them and their family. I'm also asking that you allow our archangels, our guardian angels, our spirit guides, and our animal spirits to come upon us right now and form that layer of protection around us. I'm also asking that you allow our ancestors to come into the building at this time. Also, Having Archangel Michael stand before us for our final layer of protection, Archangel Raphael standing to our left for our healing, Archangel Uriel will stand behind us for our wisdom, and Archangel Hanael will stand to our right for our feminine wise and power. If I have missed anything, taken in love, amen. I say namaste, so it is and so it will be. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get it popping, okay? Because these cards, like I said, these cards fell, and it was crazy the way they fell. I was just like, hold on, wait a minute. Because I had the first two fall out. I was not expecting these first two cards to fall out the way they did, but they did. And it's the 9 and the 10 of swords. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. We never usually get consecutive things that fall out, okay? But it's the 9 and the 10 of swords that fell out. And I was like, okay, I can do this. I can really do this because what it's saying is that you've overcome all those things that you had going on in your life that seemed to really weigh you down. It seemed to take a toll on your health, a toll on your mental, a toll on your emotional. It was like, yo, you took that time to really think about it. And now you're at the 10 of swords, which is like, you know what? You're growing from all of that stuff that had you bound, okay? From the anxiety to the depression. You like, you was like, I'm not gonna stay in this realm. I'm not gonna stay in this realm where I have to keep defending myself and keep, trying to appease to everybody else and really allowing myself to dwindle away into nothing. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna really take the time that I have for me. I'm gonna take it back and I'm gonna grow. I'm going to learn from these mistakes. I'm going to learn from these incidents. I'm going to learn when, people say things about me that it's not because it's about me. It's about them. I'm going to put it back into place where it needs to be put back to. Okay. I'm going to send it back to send 100-fold. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So you really bossed up. You really taken that time. And if you look at it, where the swords are laid in his body, you see that you're growing very much beautiful plants and stuff out of it. So that's how I know that you've taken the time to see you are the best thing since sliced motherfucking bread. You understand what I'm saying? It's like I don't have to worry about those things. I used to, because that's where the 5 of Cups comes in. I used to, but you know what? I see that I can feel from another cup. I can take whatever somebody else is bringing into me, that constructive criticism, not that sorry, not that destructive criticism. You know what I'm saying? When they come and they come with love and they're telling me that, you should do it this way, or I think that you should, one person told me, I think that you should wear more makeup. Bitch, I'm beautiful the way I am, but you know what? I do like a little lipstick. I do like a little lip gloss. I do like a little eyeliner, eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take that. But as for a foundation, no. Okay? So it's like you can take those little criticisms and put it to use. Put it to good use. I'm sorry. Somebody's in the room. Hold on. I can't see nothing, girl. Hold on. Greetings. I can't see nothing. I didn't have my glasses on. Okay, so it's like you can take those things now and really work with them, really learn from them, and you have, and there is, and like I said, there was somebody that came into your realm that allowed you to be you, that saw you for you, and kept giving you the, excuse me, kept giving you the motivation to step into your power. And you listened. And that's what it was all about is are you going to listen to the people that are coming in and giving you the advice? Are you going to take it and use it to the best of your ability? Or are you going to dwindle it away? Okay? And you decided that, you know what? I'm not going to dwindle it away. I'm actually going to do what it is that I need to do. Okay? For some reason, they're saying read that one. So I will read that one. That is the Knight of Discs. They said to read it, so I'm going to read it. The Knight of Discs. Okay? So it says, there's news concerning, hold on, let me put that up there so y'all can see it. There's news concerning your ambitions regarding industries. There is a path presenting itself, and a person in your life this card represents has the forward way. But be sure to ask if their suggestion cannot be achieved in a more direct way. So they're coming about telling you whatever it is that you need to know, but they're telling it to you like in subliminal messages. You know what I'm saying? Like around the bush. They just beating around that damn bush. They're not telling you what you need to know as forward as they can. And sometimes I can say I'm not as forward as I should be. But then again, I people told me all my life that I was, too strong for them, or I said things out of whack, and I was just like, okay, well, it is what it is. Take that constructive criticism, and then I started being soft again. But sometimes people don't say what they need. People don't say what they need to say when they need to say it sometimes, and it's like ask them for more direct information. Okay. Um, I have a lot of things going on in my life right now. So it's like, so that's what I've been doing. I've been writing down. Y'all see that underneath the Bible is the book that I always write down my questions in. So as I'm going, I'm figuring out, well, the time, the date, the this, the that, the da, 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 da. Write it all down so that you have it cohesively in front of you. Okay. And I'm talking, excuse me, I'm talking about all life. Okay, all life, anything that you have going on. I'm talking business wise, but I know a lot of people are asking about love lives. I know a lot of people are asking about their career. I know a lot of people are asking about their housing, about their finances. So whatever it is that it applies for you, your audio is shaky. Oh damn! Probably because I'm going through my headphones. Eh, dang it! And I don't know if I put my headphone up, it will go. Hey girl, hey guys. My lovely family. I hope it's not too shaky. Can you hear me now if I stop moving? I want y'all to be able to hear what I gotta say. Um, and then the last, not the last card, but the second to last card is the Six of Cups. Okay? So the Six of Cups, everybody wants to say that they're talking about, memories. And it can be because you're remembering the good times, not so much the bad times, because the good times tell you that you can make things different. You can see how you were brought up. You can see how you were. And then it can also be my voice too, because I just woke up. So my voice is kind of feeling funny too. Um, it's like I said, you started out from a little seed and now you're a big seed. So from what I'm getting from this whole reading is telling you that those memories that you have from back then and where you were, and when I say back then, like I said, it doesn't have to be always back to childhood, but it goes back to where you started from. Okay, where you started your journey is what I'm seeing, or where you started your business, what I'm seeing, or where you started your family from. You've grown. Okay, you can look back on those memories and sit back and have a good laugh sometimes, or have a good cry because the happiness that you have now compared to what you had then. Okay, or the happiness that you had then that allows you to be even more happy now. So it's like, however you feel about that part, or however you feel that coming in. For me, the memory for me, and I'm going to say this, the memory for me is when I started my journey as a Reiki master into where I had to grow, where I had to stumble, where I had to have more knowledge, where I was picking up more, where I stopped practicing, where I started practicing again, when I started teaching. All these come into play to where I am right now and what I have to do right now. Okay. So it's like, um, that is your voice. Yes. Okay. Because I'm telling you, when I say I just woke up, it was like within the first 15 minutes of my day. Um, so for me, that's where it was at. Okay. And then also from where my kids, when my first set of kids were born, how I treated them, how they treated me, how we interact to now. with all five of my kids, how we interact and what we do as a family and how we coincide and everything else. It was like, you're looking at all these differences and you're putting them together to where you're at right now so that you can make it either better or you can expound on it. Okay? However you want to look at it, that's where I'm seeing with this reading. Whatever it is, you went from understanding, okay? You went from seeing where your hurts were to understanding your hurts to being able to have help through it all to now going back and rehashing it. And then again, the last card, to being able to celebrate that. Something new is coming in, okay? The Ten of Cups always means completion and a new beginning, okay? Not the Ten of Cups, but 10 usually means completion and a new beginning. And it's so funny because, like I said at the beginning, these were the two cards that fell out the first time, okay? You had the 9 and the 10, and then that one fell right on top, just like that. So we have another 10 that shows up to be happiness. It shows up to be complete turnaround. It shows up to be complete healing. And remember, we always say we're not completely healed, but from where you were to now, it feels like a complete change. It feels like I said, a new beginning starting to rise, a new beginning coming in. Something that really is very much emotional. You're allowed to be emotional. Okay, you're allowed to see your growth. You're allowed to have pride. Okay, in that, you're allowed to be in a space of, the word is on the tip of my tongue, and you're allowed to be in a space of, why is it not coming to me? Let me read it. Let me see. It says, 10, all your wishes have or will come true. Your relationships are strong. Your community is loving and uplifting. Your physical demands and comforts have been met. Domestic bliss. There you are. You come into a space of bliss. That's what I was looking for. Okay? Domestic bliss is very real in your life. Love is having a moment in your life. Okay? So right now, you just feel very accomplished. Like you can now let your hair down. Okay? And that you can breathe easy. And I was just talking to my dad. His birthday was on the 23rd. And he was like, "You didn't call me." I said, "But I'm calling you today." And he was like, "Well, what happened?" And like I said, I'm not too good to tell y'all. I didn't have enough money to pay my phone bill. So my phone was off. I'm not, like I said, I'm not one that has a lot. I'm one that survives because I know that along the line, something will come through because God in the universe works in my favor. Okay? I'm just gonna be real with you. So my phone wasn't on the 23rd, and that was my dad's birthday. But I got the money, and I called him today on the 26th. Okay? So I called him and I told him that, and he was like, but he goes, don't make me have to bring out the cavalry, because he was like, you didn't call me on my birthday. Everybody else called me on my birthday. No, you didn't call me on my birthday. He was like, my only daughter didn't call me on my birthday. He was like, I thought something had happened. And I was like, no, nothing happened. I just, didn't have the money at that time to pay my bill. And he was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, you have to get a new carrier, get one that's less than and that and the other thing. I was like, but daddy, at the time when I got this phone, I was making money. I was doing what I had to do. There was two incomes in the house. I was like, now I'm going down to one income and I'm making things happen. Okay? And that's an accomplishment for me. Making things happen along the way. Okay? I was like, look, all my bills are now paid. Ain't shit past due. So when the next bill comes up, it's just a bill that's due, not a bill that's past due. Get ready to get cut the fuck off. You see what I'm saying? That's an accomplishment when you come from being homeless around this time last year. If y'all remember, Okay, I was making moves, I was making changes in my life. Okay, there were things that were happening. So within a year, I went from being homeless, having a home, to now having all my bills being on time. That's an accomplishment. When I left my home last year in Georgia to now, I didn't really use Reiki the way I should have. Okay, I lost a zeal for it because I lost a piece of me that I thought that with Reiki I would be able to heal, but I had to understand, I had to realize, I had to recognize and learn from that that I could not heal something that did not want to be healed. Okay? I couldn't keep chasing behind that. Okay? I had to come to a place where I had to be where we were five, now we are three. Okay? If you notice that, that's what I was looking at. Okay, the two is gone, so now it was just us three when I first moved here. Telling you my life story, and there was a female that came into my space that really stood behind me, stood beside me, and helped me really see who I was, helped me remember who I was, and helped me step forward to now be having this ambition about me so that now my family can be happy. But it took those steps. And that's what I need y'all to understand. I don't know if I'm talking around in circles or whatever have you, but this is my story. This is where I came from. This is what happened to me, for my upliftment to where I am now, to really getting back into the groove of things, to going back to teaching the right, going back to being a sounding board for others. I was always a sounding board for others, but really stepping into that and believing in myself again. When I left Georgia, I kind of like lost all passions and all belief. I can be real about that. But now I see it, I worked through it, and now here I am, ready to start again, ready to start over. Like I said, new beginnings are coming in, new things are happening. It's so funny because I'm looking at the bottom of the bottom of the deck. Okay, the bottom of the deck is staring up at me, so I'm going to bring that one out too. It's the Page of Cups. So look at this. Didn't I just say we had the Ten of Cups, which is like a completion, and then the Page of Cups comes right behind that. And it says, love is in the air. The Page of Cups is a sign of an eminent, I can never say that, imminent or already existing love, whether it's a new relationship, a wedding announcement, or any news about love expanding. There's a youthful joy and innocence in a new love forming. That new love for me is bringing back Reiki in my life. That's my new love. That's my new passion. I am not out here looking for a connection at all. I'm still connected in a way. So I really am trying to disconnect from that. And that's why I think Reiki has come back into my space as the new love in my life, to take my mind and take my body, take my soul to another plateau and not have to think about that part of my life and be able to really let it go. So it's like God is really showing me and pushing me. So I hopefully that this is something that will show you that God works. He might not work in your time, but he works in his time. And it's always a mystery. So you're always going to be walking into the unknown. You're always going to be walking into spaces that don't make sense at the time. But as you look back on it, the Six of Cups, when you look back on it, you recognize it. And then you can see it moving forward. The Ten of Swords, the Ten of Wands. I'm sorry, the Ten of Swords. I was right the first time. So like I said, this all comes full circle. Excuse me. Confirmations when you allow it to. hope that made so much sense. I don't know if it did, but this is the way it came to me. This is the way I'm bringing it to you. This is the way I'm loving on y'all, and God is showing y'all grace and showing y'all that it can be possible. And I can only use my life as an example. So hopefully that allowed y'all a little in and also gave y'all a little clarity if y'all are going through something right now to know that it always comes full circle and you can see where you've grown and you can use that point to grow. That's why I always say one to grow on. It's one to grow on. It's one to teach you another stepping stone towards your happiness. So with that being said, we are 25, 20, almost 26 minutes in. I did not go over the half an hour mark. I'm so proud of myself. Okay. Now I'm gonna go take my little dirty ass into the shower so that I can get ready for the TikTok. If y'all don't know, today will be my last day active on TikTok for a little while. God is really putting me into work or making me work, making me put in work. So that will not be on my radar for at least a month. I said at least a month. It might be longer, but I'm really feeling that I'm taking a month off from TikTok, doing any lives for myself. I might be a guest on somebody else's, but I will not be. And I really think that I'm going to just take it off. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I'm just going to take it off my phone or if I'm just going to stop showing up. I don't know. But either way, you won't see any lives from me. Okay, I will not be going live at all for a month. So I might be back in April, I might not. It all depends on what God has for me. So with that being said, we're going to take a deep breath in and hold it so that we can think about disconnecting when we blow out. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the messages that came through. Hopefully, they help people. I pray that they help people that are gathering their strength to go into a new phase in their life, to really expand on the possibilities that you put in front of them, the opportunities that come in. I'm asking for them to be glorious ones that they can really see their worth in. I'm asking that whatever promotions you give into people right now, that they understand that they are worthy of them, or else they wouldn't be provided to them. Allow them to walk in their understanding or walk in their spirit. Allow spirit to guide them. Allow them to know that they are the shit, the bomb, the diggity, no doubt. Ashe, amen, namaste. So it is, all ancestors. Thank you for being with us and going back to their original places. Spirit guides, spirit animals, archangels, and guardian angels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm Naomi Light. Peace and blessings. I love y'all.